Hello and welcome to another episode of Sports and Songs podcast. We're in season 7, episode number 23. Tonight's the sports edition. Andy, how are you?
I'm good. Ready to dive into it here. We're got the WNBA draft going on tonight.
Oh, I forgot. I'm not monitoring that. No. I see you got the
That's
ham,
why I'm here.
ham sweatshirt is on.
I got you
I
back.
got a little Seattle Kraken
Yeah.
hat. We're going to talk a little NHL.
We got some town ball
Andy.
stuff to talk about. Got some
yes.
to talk about. We touched a little bit of everything here today.
We've got a trivia question to start things off first.
Yep.
We'll announce the question, have the answer like typical at the end of the episode, and then we'll swing it over your way for some sports. 100 years ago today, 1926, which major league pitcher threw his 7th opening day shutout in 1926? His 7th. Many pitchers don't even get the nod to pitch.
Makes opening day starts
2, 3, 4 times in their career, not 7. This is his 7th opening day shutout. So let's have some sports, Andy. We'll get to the answer at the end of the episode.
Azzi Fudd is the first take for the Dallas Wings.
Okay.
She was saying, some people say she would go 3 or 4. And trying not to be an old fuddy-duddy when I say this. I'm going to say it, trying to be rational. If I was Dallas, I don't know if I would have taken her because she's dating Paige Beckers.
Yeah.
If something goes sideways in that relationship, is that chemistry still going to be their teammate-wise? Is she play favorites teammate-wise? I guess there's a married couple on one team already, but still, that's married and they're a little older. These youngins here, is that going to cause an issue? Other teammates going to have an issue with it. I don't know. So we wanted to keep an eye on, I mean,
and both
I hate to be saying that, but you got to consider that.
I agree.
They're dating. Now they're in the same team. When you work at Target, you don't put a couple dating both in the same department.
Yep.
So why would
Correct. Now, both of these ladies, I believe, were Gatorade High School Players of the Year, the National Gatorade Women's High School Girls Basketball Player of the Year. Both of them were. So a lot of talent there.
Both the number 1 pick these back years. With the new agreement, that household's making a lot of money right now. So anyway, congratulations to Azzi on being number 1 pick. I hope it works out. I hope I'm wrong. It's just if I want to know, I'm pretty sure that conversation happened in the draft room. I'd like to know how it went.
Yeah, interesting stuff.
We got Olivia Miles at the 2 pick for the Lynx from TCU. She's a very good player. The glasses, the hairstyle, I don't know if she'll go purple and join the stud buds people or what. I don't know. One of the stud buds left. Maybe she'll replace the other stud bud. I don't know. But I'm excited for this pick. I like Olivia Miles. She's a good player. We'll see how it goes. Rest of the stuff you can find out on our socials later tomorrow. I don't know who's running these memes that I see all the time, but these are hilarious. I just hats off to you, sir or ma'am, who's doing these. I see them on the Facebook every now and then, and they're just hilarious. I love them.
Yeah.
The
creativity on some of these memes are over the top. I love it.
Yeah. And the sad thing is, especially with the Angel Reese and Kevin Durant ones, I could almost see them both saying this too. That's the thing that makes it funny. I could almost see them both saying this too.
Oh.
All right. Here's the last few sports, just Big Ten champs. 8 of them in the Big Ten. Now, granted, some are not Big Ten really, but field hockey, Northwestern. You got men's water polo was UCLA. Men's soccer was Wisconsin. Football, IU. Men's wrestling, Penn State. Basketball, men's and women's was UCLA and Michigan. The women's hockey was Wisconsin. Could have men's hockey if, Michigan didn't crap the bed. But hey, I digress. But so there you go. 8 national championships in the Big Ten. So hats off to the schools there. And UCLA being the only one really doubles. There's 7 different schools representing too. So that's nice. Nice to see.
Congrats. Good stuff.
And here's Michigan's path through for the championship. Last week, the championship game was going on as we're recording our show. Michigan had a fairly easy time in the playoffs. Oh boy, not a lot of game tape you could watch if you were them. I mean, watch it go, hey, here's what we did. Let's keep doing it. Other teams like, okay, let's not do this because that team did it and they got blown out by 15, 20 points, 30 points by Tennessee, So good tape was made here, but not really either.
Unreal.
Angel Reese was traded to the Atlanta Dream. They've had 3 more players come in. Now, I'm just going to say this. This is not an Angel Reese rip. This is just a sports fact because we're here to educate. With the new collective bargaining, Angel Reese got a very large bump in pay. You can get rid of her and get these 3 for the same pay. That's what they did. It was a pure financial thing. I don't think there was a locker room issue with Angel Reese. I don't think they got rid of her because she was 25 rebounds, 3 shots made. I don't think it was that. I think it was a pure financial thing. I have not heard different. I've not heard the same. I can play the financial card. The girls are back in Indiana. Life will be good. Nice. Caitlin stays healthy this year. It'll be very exciting to watch these 3 girls, how they do it. Cunningham is not a starter, so when you see the starters for Indiana and you don't see her on there, she's the 6th man off the bench. Lots of fire. These 3 have a great friendship, a great chemistry. Cunningham and Lexi have both re-signed recently, so they're going to be there for a little bit longer. I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be like a trio that kind of stays together, takes the a little bit cut and pay. They work around it to get to stay together. We'll see what happens. Should be interesting.
Fun to watch.
All right. This is just difference between basketball and hockey players. Playing in the NBA on January 8th, hurt his hand. Ligament damage in his hand. He hasn't played since January 8th. Gobert for hockey down there. Surgery to repair a broken arm, returned 3 weeks later. Broken arm. Hockey. Came back in 3 weeks. Now, yes, ligament damage in your hand, you play basketball. That's a crucial, important thing. But you know what? Your forearms and arms are important in hockey, too, to shoot at the puck. And he had his broken and came back in 3 weeks.
That's unbelievable, the difference.
Okay. Speaking of being out, Keith Hernandez of the Nets, the broadcaster, had back surgery today, is going to miss about a month. So those of us like me who enjoy the Mets broadcasting booth, you always hear about the Mets broadcasting booth. Keith Hernandez, Ron Darling, Gary Cohen. Great threesome. Keith will be out for a month. I know they've had some other guys filling in. I've heard Todd Zeal up there a couple times. He sucks. And I say he sucks because he's filling in big shoes there for these guys who are supposed to be the best, but Zeal's not that good. But it'll be fun. So if you do catch the games every now and then and you want to hear those 3, you're not, give it a month and they'll be back. The Redbirds are no longer. They're taking a year off because of players. Here's the thing I found a little interesting on this, Dan, when I saw this. If I'm reading this correctly. So the Redbirds aren't playing this year. Now look at who the head of that Section 2 is. Who was the Redbirds manager? Wasn't it Kemble? Was he their manager too?
For the manager for Chanhassen?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know who the manager is.
But can he still be the head of the side? I don't know. I'm not trying to criticize. I'm just asking a serious question. It's usually one of the managers of one of the teams is the head of your section for Section 2 or whatever section you're in.
Oh, I see.
Can he still be the head of the section?
Yeah. Oh boy, I don't know. They award.
I'm not ripping down or putting it down. I have a serious question.
I don't know if they award it or they vote on it or someone selects them for the people, someone to take charge to be the president or something of it. Terry Crumble. I don't know if that is him. I could look it up, but if it is and they're out, they would have to then name someone else.
Yeah, unless they say, well, it's just for a year, they'll let it ride, which they might. Again, I'm not saying playing favorites.
They have time to, and maybe
I just want to know.
Yeah,
I
they
want to
maybe they say,
educate
"Look, I
them.
got time to do it now," so maybe he would be the better fit. But I would think they'd be out. But interesting.
Not only are we here to educate, we're here to be educated. I want to learn and know.
Yeah, and there's 4 tourney bids. That's where Waconia Lakers are in there.
Yep.
St. Patrick Irish are a couple teams that we follow pretty heavily. Chaska Cubs, Shakopee Indians.
Yeah, there's two teams. Two teams new to that section. And last year, the Redbirds, they lost in the 8-9 play-in game to St. Bonnie, who went back down to B.
Okay.
So we'll see how that all works out.
Well, they were just stacked in those years.
Yeah.
Where the tweet says they're 2018 to 2021. You couldn't get anybody by Chanhassen. Chanhassen. They had what's his name from the St. Paul Saints.
Yep.
Former St. Paul Saints pitching there. They were just stacked with all of their hitters, fielders, and pitchers. And then once a couple of guys left, it had a domino effect. A bunch of more guys left, and they weren't left with enough, and they didn't do good last year at all.
Yeah, they played an 8-9 game and lost to St. Bonnie, who went back to B.
And so they don't. There's no one left there to play. So it's a shame, but when they were good, they were good, and when they don't have the group, they had to disband.
Yeah, and I'd like to know that the players start going to other teams because with the points, it didn't matter. So why not stack a team? Who knows?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Brandon Arnold went to Jordan Brewers, and that's when they became really good because he got a job there teaching in the Jordan School District.
Yep.
He went and became the everyday shortstop for the Brewers, and they became a real powerhouse. And then he brought a friend of his, I think, is it Tommy Thompson, I think.
Yep.
So Jordan benefited with a couple guys. The other teams benefited, and then they all split, and then there was no one else left. So it's a shame, but interesting.
Here with the return of the Sports and Songs 80s baseball stat of the week.
Okay.
Dale Murphy hit 26 homers in 162 games in 82. Had 26 homers in 162 games in 83. And again in 84. Had 37 homers in 85. That's consistency. Played every game for 4 straight years. 36, 36, 36, 37 home runs. That's good. And I'm pretty sure the Braves finished last every one of those seasons.
Yeah, not good.
The Ichiro bat. They put a statue of Ichiro, and the bat is broken.
Oh. I did see this one, yes.
I like the statue because that was a popular Ichiro pose. That's how he always got ready for each at bat, so that was fine. I got no issue with that. But holy cowboys, put a little more weight in that bat there. I don't know if that happened as if the curtain snagged on it when they pulled it down. Did it happen in the movement there and it was covered? I don't know. But at least, how can I say this? At least it was Ichiro who I'm pretty sure laughed at it and wasn't offended or hurt by it or anything like that. I can see where some guys get bent out of shape about this. Yeah. Ichiro probably rolled with it like a champ, So.
Yeah, unfortunate and very embarrassing, but it also caused some chuckles and laughs.
All right, now here's something we brought up before, and every time it comes up, I'm going to bring it up again. I don't care about these two players. I'm just using that for an example. But Angels and Braves had a little hoo-ha where the designated hitter and the pitcher have both been suspended for 7 games after a big brawl. Okay, so 7 game suspension for a pitcher is what, like 2 starts, maybe? If there's a reliever, maybe 4 games. For the hitter, that's a full 7 games. I think it was going to be a fight. You don't suspend for games. You suspend them or fine them 7 game checks. Because a pitcher, like I said, starter is a 7 game suspension for a pitcher is 2 starts. Maybe 4 appearances as a reliever. So, not apples to apples.
Correct.
That says not my anti-pitcher hatred either. And if you thought I was soapboxing before,
now it's time, baby.
Those are just warm-ups. I posted this earlier on Monday's show, which is today. I'm going to weigh in on my thoughts and opinions on this matter. Adam Schefter reporting about this. The head coach and this reporter maybe having an affair and cheating with the other. You know what I think of it? Here's my opinion. Don't care. All right, let's go on. Very timestamp this right now. I'm going to speak kindly of the Jackrabbits.
Okay.
This don't happen very often.
Mark this down.
Yeah, Mark Gronowski. Here's his last few years of college. If this guy is not drafted, then even though he only had 1 year at Iowa and when they went 9-4, if you do not draft this kid, you have such blinders on and don't want to acknowledge FCS, and then screw you. 8-2, 14-1, 15-0, 12-3, 2 national championship games in there. Iowa at 9-4, 1 national championship. How could you not want this guy? I'm not saying he's going to be a starter and be the next Peyton Manning. No. But look at those numbers. And have him take a fighting shot at a starter job. Let's go, we'll draft you. You're our third stringer. Just hold the clipboard. Everybody went nuts and blew their wad for Trey Lance, and he's been holding the clipboard ever since. They drafted number 2, and they never gave him a shot. For this kid, financially, yeah, draft him high, sign the check, and never play. I don't care. This guy should be a starter in the next 2-3 years in the NFL, period.
All he does is win.
Mountain West football already has their 2 early predictions out for football, and look who they picked for third already. Horns up, baby.
Well, this will be fun to watch. I don't need to tell you, Andy, but this will be fun.
Yeah, even though they got the Bison sitting third, they're not playoff eligible for a couple of years, which is crap, because you got a team that you're picking to win third in your division, and you're not going to make a playoff eligible. Anyway, doctor says I got to watch my blood pressure. I won't get going on that.
Yeah, it will be interesting. Just good stuff.
Holly Rowe, respected female journalist at ESPN and ABC, and that does a lot of the women's college basketball, a lot of stuff. She's at the draft tonight for the W, as they call it. She's pretty pro women's sports, this and that, for all the stuff that they do. Danny White, she says, what Danny White is allowing to happen with Lady Vols Hoops is making me so sad. Gut-wrenching to watch him let one of the greatest programs in women's sports history disintegrate. I am devastated. There was at one point for a little bit the other day, Tennessee women's basketball had 0 girls on the roster because they all left. Now, Holly Rowe, like I said, very well respected reporter, especially in women's sports. Okay. The thing about Holly Rowe, I think she's like 4'9". She's had these basketball players. It's great. They all love her. They all respect Holly Rowe. She took down her tweet. I kind of lost a little respect right there. Now, granted, you've had a lot of reporters at ESPN who pop off and get fired later on, and I don't know if she was worried about that, because Holly Rowe, if you got fired, any other network would jump and sign you, no problem. I think she should be allowed to say stuff like that, because that's what Twitter's for. It's where reporters give opinions. She said it was a shame. She didn't say I was a horrible GM. She didn't say he was a terrible person. She said it was a shame what he's done to the program. Okay. I have no problem with what she said. I had no problem with it because I agree with it, one thing. But how many other reporters have said more stupid stuff politically and you let that sit on there? She makes a tweet about sports and you make her take it off.
Yep. Good point.
And one more thing. Just when you think you've seen it all. And now I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to leave that there. Those of you on Spotify, I'm just going to read the caption. Transgender male dart player banned from women's events. I got nothing on that. I don't even know how to reply to something like that.
I don't know where would you even start?
Yeah.
No, banned is spelled wrong anyway, right?
Yeah. Well, first of all, it's spelled banned wrong. Yeah. And and I'm just going to say this right here on this one. We've said this about women in men's sports all the time already. College, pro, whatever. It starts, first of all. Some I have a problem putting darts in a sports category, but events like darts, cornhole or bags, whatever you want to call it, From what little I know of curling, again, something that's not a sport. Why couldn't men and women compete equally against each other in those? I don't see how male physical ability and female physical ability in darts is an issue. I'm not defending that person. If their laws say we have men and women separate, then men and women are separate.
Yeah.
No problem. But maybe that's one event they should just have them combined. Does it really matter?
Yeah, interesting. I don't know the backstory. Was this person on the male team for years?
I just saw that. I thought, really, in darts, it's an issue.
And then jumped over to do the Penn swimmer.
I don't. I just
very strange. And the fact that now it makes the news and now it makes a tweet.
Made our show, for crying out loud.
Yeah, and how did it even? I don't know. How did it even come out?
How do you make this stuff up? How do you make this stuff?
Doesn't even matter. But it made a big story. So Andy,
yes,
NBA wrapped up their regular season, and so this week, Tuesday and Wednesday will be the play-in games. They're doing this, this entire next week is just the play-in teams. So there's 2 games on Tuesday. There's 2 games on Wednesday. Thursday's a day off, and then there are 2 more games on Friday. Then we'll know who's in the actual tournament, the NBA tournament. So for the rest of the teams, it's an off week, and so we see who plays who, and things will all shake out. But it's more likely an off week. They do like this, I think, for the viewership, for the ratings and things like that, because it's somewhat a single elimination. Some of the teams,
another week of games, yeah.
Another week of games. They're back to back. Right as one finishes, the next one will start. So the networks are quick to pick up these games, to televise these. I don't follow it, myself, but really it's a week off, and the real tournament starts next week. Now, NHL hockey, they're in their final week now. Minnesota Wild are in. I think the Anaheim Ducks are in. The Seattle Kraken are out. Seattle Kraken eliminated. Well, Andy, we followed the Kraken. This wasn't their year, but maybe next year.
No, maybe next year.
The weather's been better, at least for baseball, to get games in. The Twins are rattling off some wins, and I think the only comment I've got there is you can tell there's a chemistry there with these guys. You don't need the best pitchers, the best hitters, and you don't need a fantasy roster to have a good baseball team. If you have guys that are a clubhouse, they get along, the chemistry is good, and they start having fun and not overthinking things, that's when you do well. And I think that's what we're seeing a little bit from the Twins. It's early in the season, but they're having some fun and things are going their way. Trivia question, Andy.
Before that, I got one other thing I want to share here real quick.
Yes.
I was looking at our stats and our numbers here for analytics on Spotify. We're big in Vietnam, Dan.
Okay.
There we are in our own country.
Well, we're here to educate, and the folks over there really like their sports.
I'm
maybe the music, maybe the songs.
Episode for the 80s songs. We always say these bands are always still big in Japan and Europe, and so maybe that's what we're getting there.
Oh, that's
our friends in Vietnam. Hello. There.
To our friends in Vietnam, hello. Maybe they're expats, from here working over there and logging in from Vietnam for their work. But congrats and welcome to the show. Now, the trivia question.
Yes.
Here's the question.
Okay.
On this day in 1926, which pitcher pitched on opening day threw a shutout? And this was his 7th time an opening day shutout. Not 7 times starting on opening day, but shutout. And I would assume, Andy, so long ago. These are all complete games.
If it was in the 30s or 40s, I would have said Satchel Paige.
Okay.
That's too far back.
Not Satchel, but on the right train, I thought it's the big train. Walter
the
Johnson.
Big Train. Oh, there was a clue and I missed it.
So Walter Johnson, it kind of slid right over the head, but the reason I want to bring this up is he was 38 years old when he did this.
Jesus. Nolan Ryan-esque.
38, gets the opening day starter for the Senators, right? Opening day starter, throws a complete game, I'm assuming complete game shutout. And he says, oh, yeah, I've done this before. Hold my beer. It's the 7th time I've done this.
Yeah.
Now, what's more interesting that he's pitched 7 opening games He's probably pitched 15 season openers.
Right.
7 of them were shutouts. His 7th one on this day in 1926, 100 years ago today, he was 38 years old.
Jeez.
And shut out a major league team at age 38. That's how good the big train was.
Yep. He was a different animal.
Walter Johnson. I mean, to me, that stat is just unbelievable on so many levels.
Yeah.
But anyway, 100 years ago today, I don't think many of our listeners were around back then. Now, don't spit out your coffee.
No, I was trying not to there. It's
kind of funny, but that's all we got for today. We've got... Boy, we're going to have some more baseball, high school baseball, amateur baseball news. We're going to have an upcoming Crow River Valley.
Yeah, another Crow
preview bonus episode.
That's the thing. Town ball teams in general. I don't care if you're metro area or if you're up north, and you want to come on, you want to plug your league, plug your section, let us know. You want to say, hey, we think our league doesn't get enough love, and you want to be on every couple of weeks, talk about your league, not a problem. Reach out, John.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what class, how big, how small, how far away. We love our town ball here. We like to promote it on the show. We're also one of the sponsors on the Federal League website. If you saw this last week, we didn't announce it, but the Federal League, which is Minnesota State over 35 baseball league, we did receive an email from their secretary of the league saying, look, you guys promote us so well. You guys give us some good love to the Federal League, all without being prompted to do so. We're going to throw your logo up there as a proud sponsor of Federal League baseball. So
they threw us some love back. We appreciate it.
Yep, we appreciate it. Seasons will be coming up. We're going to be doing a bonus episode, I believe, previewing the 2026 Federal League season. So look for that in the next couple of weeks as well.
Yep. Yeah, other Crow leagues, the A and the C coming up. B, B is very. Am I doing A1 coming up? We want to talk to guys from Arlington, some other towns we're going to have on coming up. So keep your eyes open. Watch your social medias for different episodes. So we throw those in. Lots of baseball talk between now and October.
Oh, yes. At all levels. Minor league baseball in full force. All the leagues are going. All the leagues are churning things out. Lots going on all the way around. College baseball D1 is huge as their season will be wrapping up in the playoffs in May, and College World Series in June.
Go.
Lots going on. If there's anything we missed, please leave it down below in the comment. And if not, we'll see you next Monday.
See ya.
See ya.